Okay, let's get right to Jessica Kumari, who's on the ground in the island nation of Japan, still recovering from the massive earthquake and tsunami on Friday. Today she has a report from the town of Kuriyama, where many people were forced to leave their homes and are now taking shelter.
It's a scene out of a science fiction movie. Men in white protective suits barking out orders on red megaphones. Their own hands, eyes, and faces sealed, checking to see others who've been exposed.
I always thought the nuclear plant was dangerous, but I never thought it would reach this point. I'm really frightened.
18-year-old Yosuke Matsumura and his entire family live about 6 miles away from one of Japan's main nuclear sites. They came here to be scanned head to toe to see if they'd been exposed to radiation, which can cause major health problems and contaminate the area. In Japan, there are more than 50 power plants which provide electricity for most of the country. The massive earthquake and tsunami damaged several, and now radiation is being released into the air. Officials use a device called a Geiger counter to detect radioactive material on people's skin and clothes. Of the 4,295 people scanned here just on this day, by early evening, 144 had been found with radiation. Yosuke's scan was negative.
I feel relieved because I'm okay.
But his father's was positive. The family ran back to the car, frantically searching to find all of their dad's belongings to see if those items were also contaminated. Yosuke's father only had a small amount of radiation, able to be washed off. But Yosuke says,
We don't know how long the radioactivity is going to stay. Until it's gone, we have no choice but to live somewhere else.
Officials say most of the radiation is being contained, but the problem is not fixed yet. And this doctor, who works at an evacuation site for victims of the earthquake and tsunami, says right now there's a bigger concern than radiation.
My main concern is the psychological effects. Now, everyone is in shock. 1 week later, people may have psychological problems, like post-traumatic stress disorder. That's the biggest issue.
It's been 5 days since 16-year-old Asato Fujita spent the night at his home, which was destroyed by the earthquake. Now, this is his bed. 2 benches covered with blankets. And he spends his days playing video games.
I want my everyday life when I can go home and go back to school.
Did you ever think you'd want to go back to school?
Until now, school was a pain. But now I'm feeling like I want to go back to school and try hard to be with my friends. I want a normal life.
But after a 9.0 earthquake, a deadly tsunami, and fear of a nuclear crisis, this may be the new normal for Japan. Jessica Kumari, Channel One News.